Hi everyone. I want to talk about the alphabet. English and Italian have some letters in the alphabet that are frustratingly similar sounding, but they aren't the same, of course. So, this is a very common mistake that Italians make when I am spelling words in English for them to write, or they are trying to spell them to me. And I think we can narrow down our focus to the vowels because the vowels seem to be the big problem. So let's talk today about the 5 vowels. The first vowel that we have is the letter A. So in Italian, A. In English, it's pronounced A. You will notice that the problem for most of the vowels in English, not all of them, is that in English we have a sound that is called a diphthong. It's a linguistic word, and it means that our vowel sounds can really be 2 sounds put together, where Italian is the opposite. Italian is a great example of very pure vowel sounds, and only one sound is in the vowel. And that is one of the biggest difficulties for me. When I started learning Italian, I remember having a very difficult time with the word no. It seems very easy, right? How do you say no in English? No. How do you say no in Italian? It isn't no, it's no or no. I can't do it because I want to say no. And no is really 2 vowel sounds. O, u, no. I need to remember when I'm speaking Italian to leave my vowel open and pure. No. So this is part of the reason for the confusion with the English vowel sounds, because when an Italian person hears 2 of those sounds together, you are used to writing 2 different vowels, like in the word sauna. Sauna has an A and a U together, sauna. But in English, we say sauna, ah. Now, ah is not a vowel sound. It's not one vowel in English, but this is true for sounds of vowels put together also. Okay, so let's go back to letter A. I felt I needed to explain more before we talked about each letter. Going back to A, you might hear e, when I say A. But for me, that is the name of the letter A. A. Okay? Okay. A. Remember, I am telling you the name of the letter, not the sounds of the letter, because in English, A can sound like A, but it can also sound like A and ah, and probably other sounds too, because we make our letters sound like all sorts of things. But this is just the name of the letter when we are spelling, when we are saying the letters in a word and the alphabet. A, then the next vowel is E. E does not have the problem of being a diphthong. It's not a diphthong, but it has the worst problem of being a different letter in Italian. So E in English is e in Italian. That's our letter E. Your E is our vowel I. I. This is a diphthong. I. 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 Okay? So A, E, I, O. O is the next vowel. O is two vowel sounds said together quickly, like I said before with the word no. In Italian, you leave your mouth open with the word no, and in English, we close it more. No. It's o, 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 no, o. A, E, I, O, U. U. Also two sounds together. Eu, eu, you, you, you. A, E, I, O, U. Definitely the most difficulty is with A. When I say A in English, people write E in Italiano. But I always need to say A in English, A in Italiano. And when I say E, when I am spelling in English, people always write I. So they write I in Italiano. But E in English is E in Italiano. Okay? A in English, A in Italiano. E in English, E in Italiano. I in English, I in Italiano. O in English, O in Italiano. U in English, U in Italiano. I'm including all of the vowels so you can hear the differences, but definitely focus and practice A, E, and I, and try to feel comfortable with those vowels. Now let's do some practice with spelling. I am going to spell some letters that are in a word, and I won't tell you what word it is. If you correctly write down the vowels that I say in English, it will form a word. If you confuse them, it won't be a real word. So let's try. R, A, D, I, O. I'll spell it again. R, A, D, I, O. Okay, now I will show you the word. R, A, D, I, O spells radio. Did you do it correctly, or did you write R-E-D? A-I-O? I don't know. Next word. A, P, P, E, A, R. I'll spell it again. A, P, P, E, A, R. So we have A, P, P, E, A, R is appear, appear. Okay, last word. I, N, C, R, E, A, S, E. Okay, ready for the word again? I N C R E A S E. The word that I spelled, INCREASE, is the word increase. Increase. I hope that this helps you with your spelling. One extra piece of information that I just thought of that is about the alphabet that can be confusing is that Americans say the letter Z for the last letter of the alphabet, but other English speakers say Z. So Z or Z is the same letter, the last letter, zeta. Please leave a comment below and let me know if this type of video was helpful for you with learning English. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.